Okay, we should be live here. Yep, we are connected now. So let me pop out the chat so that way I can see that myself. Pop out chat. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little live stream tonight. Working on a 2003 to 2004 board. This is one of the ones. Did a live stream probably about a month ago where somebody sent me 14 of them to repair. I gotten 7 of them back to them. And then this is the last one left that I need to fix. He'd actually sent, yeah, he sent 14 of them. Yeah, he sent 14. I got 7 of them fixed, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be the last one that I'm fixing. He does have one board here that has intermittent issues, but I don't know. I'm not gonna chase the intermittent issue with it. It already has a bunch of jumpers on the back of it, and with the intermittent issue, I don't think it's really worth the repairs. I mean, it's been exposed to a ton of hot air, and the stuff's all boiled out. This one's not worth the repair. Then there's another one that's liquid damaged. It's also not worth repairing. So that makes 14. Um, yeah, so let me get this one. I need to get these motors off right here, so that way we can get to doing the motor or the probably microcontroller replacement. I've messed with it a little bit, but yeah, I've already tried to hook up. So sometimes these things will be bricked where people tried to program them with a Tech 2, something of that nature. So I already tried to connect to it and it didn't talk, so I'm assuming it's dead, but we'll take a look at it under the microscope, see what we see going on there, and if we don't see anything, just replace it. So yeah, let me switch the camera around here and see. Oh, look, Marvin's made it on time. So yeah, let me switch the camera around. So I'm just gonna rotate it here. I need to get like, well, I have a nice webcam. I need to like get it set up so that way I can use it for showing my face while I talk, and then rotate that. So there we go. Wrong one. There we go. All right. So, well, yeah, I guess take these motors off. Well, take that one off too, I think. All right. Just get them away from it so we don't melt it. All is what this guy's having me do is get them to where they turn on, and that's it. So I'm not replacing motors or anything on them. Because he's a technician, he can fix them. These are just ones from his parts bin that just didn't turn on, and he didn't know how to fix them, so he sent them to me. Which I like these. These are always fun to do because they're like a puzzle. So one thing that sucks about ones that somebody's already worked on before is if it's a liquid damaged board, sometimes it'll be harder to find what's going on because they cleaned off all the corrosion. Alright. So there we go. And those all done with that. And yeah, so yeah, this one's had a lot of heat exposed to it also. A little bit of popcorn going on there, but I don't see any popcorning anywhere else, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. So, all right. Well, I think we'll switch over to the microscope and see what we see. So, let me get that set up. This one's the 5 volts for the camera. And then 12 volts for the light. Alright, and switch this over. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I had to switch over to the HDMI port on this. Let's see here. Let's get this lined up. I'm hitting the other camera. Let me move that. Okay, yeah, y'all can't see anything. Y'all are in the dark. Let's zoom this out. There we go. Alright, now you can see. Kinda. Let me check and make sure everything's good in the stream health. Yep, looks like stream health is good. Cool. Alright, so let's get that in focus better. And zoom it in some more. Okay. So well, I can tell that, I don't know if y'all can see. Yeah, y'all can see it. Okay, let me get in here and show. Alright. So, as you can see there, there's like a little ball of solder. Obviously, since y'all are looking through a camera, you don't quite have the depth perception I do looking through the actual microscope. But, yeah, this chip looks like it might be floating. Maybe all that hot air he was using separated the chip. Let's just poke one of these legs here and see if they move. Alright, well that leg is definitely not soldered down because it's moving. I don't want to poke it really hard and move it. Let's get a look at the top row there. Yeah, that's definitely desoldered from the board. Yeah, those aren't even connected. Well, hey, we might not be doing a hour-long process of replacing one. We might just be soldering it back down. It's a whole lot quicker and easier. Okay, well that's good news. Let's get the flux out. How do you do this though? How do you do that to a board? Uh, oh well. Okay. So let's just zoom this back out since we're not going to be doing what I thought we were doing. Alright, we're just gonna have this zoomed out, get it back in focus, so. Alright, and hot air. Yeah, I figured I'd do a live stream because I've just been too busy to record a video lately, so I figured live streams to fill that gap of not making videos right now. I need to move everything over a little. Alright. Oh crap, now that's completely out of focus. Get that back in focus. Uh, yeah, I like to use a lot of flux. This MG Chemicals flux is cheap, so I'll use a lot of it. Especially when you're trying to get this chip to float back to where it's supposed to be. Makes it a little easier. I actually know exactly how this happens. I've done this before. I want to talk crap and go, how do you do this? But I've done it before, but uh, you have to try to do this. You to float like a corner of it, you went around it with hot air trying to fix something else. So you tried to um, solder it, and you only got like half of it desoldered, and the other half wasn't, and it'll float up like that. I think I need to turn up my airflow here because I got it way down because I was doing some fine work, but I'm up at 30% right now. I may have to bump that up a little. Let's see. Oh, that might be it. There we go. Alright, let's let that cool down. Alright, let's zoom back in and see. Yeah, the MG Chemicals flux is nice because it's cheap. The Chip Quick flux is nice because it works better. So, I don't know. It's your choice there. It's like $14 for the Chip Quick and like $10 for the MG Chemicals, if I remember correctly. Let's see, zoom in here. Think we may have got it back on there. It may still be floating a little bit there. I could see some of the solder move, but I zoomed way out. Let's check these. Yeah, those are still moving. We're not all the way down. We got the. I know this side's back on there. I could see them all pushed down, but this corner didn't get it hot enough. I'm gonna turn up my airflow. All right, airflow. Let's set that to 35, 38. There we go. We'll go with that. All right. I should bust out the bottom heater. I'd have been done by now if I did that. Well, I was expecting to take this chip out. I wasn't expecting an easy fix here, so thought I was going to be replacing. Now I'm second guessing. So I replaced a couple of microcontrollers for this guy, and maybe it was just this all along on those boards too. Oh well. Let me look. We there yet? No, not quite. Like the kids in the back of the car when you're going on vacation. Are we there yet? Alright, let's see here. Not quite. Almost. There we go. That's it. Alright. That's definitely it. We're on there good there. Let's check the bottom, make sure we didn't lift it up doing that since we pushed on it. Nope. Bottom looks good. Cool. Let's just let this cool off and we'll give it some power and see if that fixed it. I don't know if that fixed it. Still could be a bad microcontroller. This one was just floating. So I'm just going to leave you all on the microscope here for just a second. If it's fixed, I'll take you off and put you back on the camera. But if not, alright, I'm going to get some defluxer to cool it down with too. Alright. I'm not patient. So what are y'all doing tonight? Anyone got any interesting projects this Sunday night, or are y'all all watching football? I don't watch football, so spoiler, I don't watch football. That one. That's just the flux. Alright, let's put... This bottom corner good. Those look like those could have been. Yeah, those are good. Cool. Oh, no, they're not. That one's not good. Okay. Yeah, y'all can see it. I was like, did y'all miss that? No, y'all saw it. Okay, cool. So we're not done. I gotta reflow the whole thing. Alright, I'm gonna get the bottom heater out this time. Quit being lazy. Quit being lazy. Stop rushing because somebody gave you what's probably a really easy fix here. Yeah, those are, yep. That bottom corner came up when I pushed down on the bottom. Alright, let's get this heater out. Okay, moving this up. Because I got to put the preheater underneath it. This makes doing this stuff so much easier. I know Mike thinks it's overkill. Mike always, it's like, well, what are you using a bottom heater for? It makes it so much easier. Okay. Also makes it really tall, though, for the microscope. Where is my Omnivice? Omnivice, where'd you go? If I can't find my Omnivice, I can't use this. Where did I put it? Oh, I'm ill-prepared. Ill-prepared as always for a live stream. Alright, let's plug this in. What can I unplug? I can unplug the charger. The camera's at 100%. And the camera's off right now. Alright. There goes the bottom preheater. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Get it started heating it. Turn off the heater in here since I got that going. Alright. Omnivice, where the hell did I put that thing? I used it like yesterday. Oh, that's the worst when you put something where it doesn't go. Where did I put it? Is the Super Bowl still going, or has it ended? Did somebody win? We'll just go with it's 2020, nobody won. Alright, I'm not seeing the Omnivice. I'm just going to use some Kapton tape and just tape the damn thing down. It doesn't move on me. When I say tape the damn thing down, I'm talking about I'm taping the whole circuit board to the preheater. I'm not taping down the microcontroller, just to be clear. That way it doesn't fall off while I'm doing this. I must have taken the Omnivice in the house for some reason. Oh, I see it. I put it away. I see it. I put something where it actually belongs instead of leaving it on the workbench. See, that's how you lose stuff, is cleaning up. It's like when your parents cleaned your room while you're at school and then yelled at you for them cleaning it. Why'd you make me clean your room? I didn't ask you to. Alright. I guess I'm I'm gonna just zoom out the thing so that way y'all can see what I'm doing. Zoom out. Alright. So those are that's this area over here is the one that's actually off the board. I'm just gonna reflow the whole thing like I should have done in the beginning. I'm gonna put a ton of flux down again since I cleaned it off. I've just discovered I can't look under the microscope while wearing my headset with it this high up. The headset hits it, so I have to look at the screen. I hate looking at the screen for using this thing. Who? I know some of y'all have them. Who here has one of those microscopes that you have to look at a screen to use? I can't do them. I tried. I bought one before I bought this microscope, and I just couldn't do it. It didn't work for me. All right, that looks all wet to me. All right. Okay. I'm gonna have to move the microphone here so I can get a good look before I let this thing cool down. I wonder if he warped the circuit board. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. If anything needs to be touched up, I'll just drag solder it at this point. Alright, the nice thing about the preheater is it has a cool function on it too. Alright. I'm going to put this back on the regular camera instead of the microscope. I'm going to move the microscope out of the way. So the screen's going to go blank here for a second. There's nothing wrong, just moving cameras. Alright, so yeah, everything's still here, just waiting on the new camera to turn on. Alright. So there we go, microscope's in the way, gotta move it. Oh. Alright, get the camera set back up here. Alright. Alright, just poke a couple of these and... Cool. Those look awfully high. Eh. Yeah, having a microscope is so much better than those camera things. One of the... I can't remember what the channel was. There was a relatively large channel, probably like 25,000, 30,000 subscribers, trying to tell people not to buy one of these Amscope style microscopes. I totally get not pushing an Amscope. They're pretty expensive and there's some cheaper alternatives to them. But they were trying to push. Oh no, it's a huge channel. It's Northridge Fixes. That's it. He's a really big channel. He was trying to push one of those HDMI based cameras over this for doing micro soldering in like cell phones and tablets. And his argument was because of hunching over on the microscopes, like uncomfortable. You won't be able to work all day on it, and I guess it's probably possible. But I mean, like Louis Rossman and his people work for 8-hour shifts under. I mean, Louis Rossman himself probably works like a 13-hour shift, hunched over one of those things. I think the rest of us can handle it. Um, I can't handle that delay on those cameras. I really can't. It drives me crazy, and the camera themselves sometimes will try to rotate in the thing, and then you get really disoriented. Um, but yeah, I can't get um, into this, but yeah, it was definitely Northridge fixes that I saw. Um, Pushing those, trying to tell people not to buy like a am scope or anything of that nature. And I totally get not pushing the am scope. The am scope is pretty expensive when you can get that Ekins or Ekins or whatever the brand name is for like $100 less, almost maybe some of them even $200 less than the am scope, and does the exact same job, and they're probably made on the same factory line. All right, let me look one more time with this and take that off so that way it's not in the way. Plug the light back in. All right. Need my I need my depth perception. I need both. So mine is a trinocular, not a semifocal. So I do have to close one of the uh, ports to be able to give y'all the camera on it. Okay. All right. I think you warped this circuit board because no matter what I do, one side is not connected. I think he gave this thing so much heat, the circuit board's actually warped. I'm going to drag solder that one side of it. I think that should do the trick. I think I'll be done after doing this. Ah, there's so much crap on this board. Why did he give it so much heat? I'm not actually giving it I know y'all can't see me because the camera's in the way. I'm holding the flux there. I'm not actually squeezing it. It's just kind of sitting there. Just so you know, I'm not drowning the whole board in flux. There's like a tiny bit of it on the tip. And I'm just letting it come off of the tip. All right. So there's a little excess flux or solder there. Cool. Oh, a little of this. I'm gonna be so frustrated when I took all this time to reflow this chip and it's still actually bad. It's just, it was definitely not connected to the board, so there's a pretty good chance that this microcontroller is perfectly fine. And you guys are all gonna hate me because then we're gonna have like another hour of this because we have to now replace the microcontroller too. But I'm gonna get a ton of comments on this video after it's over of why weren't you watching the Super Bowl? And then they get like halfway in the video and go, oh, that's why, you loser. Eh. Took off too much solder, put back on too much solder. Okay. There we go. Looks good to me. Let's see. Any bridges? Any bridges? Yeah, we got one bridge here. Yeah, either this microcontroller itself is warped, because I can see on this one that some of those aren't down too. All right, we're just gonna flow that side too. Zoom in some more. Sorry, I know you guys are getting like worthless footage of me working under the microscope, but I need both eyes now. If anyone wants to super chat me $300, I'll go buy a new semifocal camera, semifocal microscope instead of trinocular. I know they're more than $300, but I can sell this one to cover the rest of that. Alright, just one solder bridge this time. I don't think it's actually semifocal. I think it's called simufocal. Simultaneous focal. Aw, oh, damn it. That pin's bent. It's not his. That's my fault. I bent the pin. I bent it. Can't blame him on that. As much as I'd like to. Alright, scoop my seat up. See, and you guys wonder why I always do edited videos when I work on microcontrollers. This is what happens. Live streams. I always make the mistakes on live streams. It's pretty rare that I actually have to edit out a mistake on an edited video. Generally, if I make a mistake, I just quit recording anyways. I was like, today's not the day to record. Alright, let's get this. So I have to come in with a soldering iron because it's soldered down but bent. It's dragging too hard. There we go. Cool. Perfect. Alright. Is that now bridged to the next one over? Is it? Or is that just flux I'm looking at? I think that might just be flux, but let's just play it safe. This one I'm gonna have to run a jumper and just replace that trace. I think so. Yeah, let's just pull the trace and fix it later. Alright. I just pulled back the trace. I will run a jumper later. I'm going to test this. I want to see if the board works or not. Or the microcontroller. So if it doesn't work, I'll take the microcontroller off. And let's just get a little bit of this in there so that way I can clean it just enough to see. What's going on? Watch that trace I pulled back be one of the grounds or something and it won't turn on because of it. Alright. Yeah, then we get to have real fun with the 44 gauge wire running a really, really small jumper to this microcontroller. Alright. Take a look. Yep, that's pulled out, not touching anything. Cool. Hopefully this thing will turn on. Hopefully I didn't waste my time and lift a pad for no reason. Oh, there we go. It's back to life. Sweet. Sweet, that did fix it. Cool. So it is a good microcontroller. Now I just get to run one little tiny jumper and be done. I wonder what that one went to, because all the motors are working and the lights are working. Oh well, I still have to fix it. I can't just be like, yeah, that one was nothing. It's probably like a ground or a VCC. It'll survive without it, but I'm gonna fix it anyways, because who knows what it went to. Cool. Well, I'm glad that's a working microcontroller and I didn't waste my time. I'd have been so frustrated. Alright, let's move these guys and run a jumper. Ugh, am I going to try to do this jumper on camera? These are so hard to do. You guys want to see it? Do y'all want to watch me run a jumper or do something else? Let me take a look at it. Because if y'all want to watch it, I'll put it on the microscope. And then I'm going to blame it on having one eye shot for screwing up. Let's see. Alright, y'all want to watch it. Cool. Let me first just trace where it goes, so that way I can run a longer jumper than cutting the trace right there. I think I can see where it goes, but I'd like to check it. Alright. It's really hard to run a trace if the jumper if both sides are getting heated at the same time. So if it's super close like this, I've had one where the via was right there. God, I can't wait for my new tweezers to get in. I ordered some new tweezers because mine, I've rounded the tips on most of them, so scrape with them. Don't scrape with your tweezers. All right, don't scrape with your tweezers. It ruins them. Ruins them faster. These ones are ruined too. I can't grab the trace. Just want to grab it and pull it up a little more. That way I can... Oh god, fucking tweezers. Do I have any that I haven't rounded? Oh god, those are so bad. Look at that. You can see the bend in them. Oh, y'all can't see it. It's not focused. Oh well, y'all take my word on it. They're bent to hell. I may not have any that are good enough to grab. I bought some, what do you call them? Ceramic tweezers too, with the ceramic tips. So that way they don't, this one, oh god, come on. There we go. There we go. Alright, X-Acto knife. I'm just going to expose it there and get the, what do you call it, multimeter on it, so that way I can trace them. Although I couldn't find the... Just a couple days ago, I took my probes for my multimeter out of my multimeter, and I couldn't find them. I took them to go do something else, I think, is what happened. because I have like a really good set and I have a couple of really crappy sets of probes. The good set is like a gold needle on them. Move this out of the way. We'll look and see. Did I put them in? Nope, did not put them in that drawer. But yeah, I'll also take them out of my my benchtop multimeter because they'll fall down and stab me because they're super sharp. So that's never fun. But yeah, I need to figure out what via or resistor that trace goes to, so that way I don't have to do it to it right there. Nope, not there. I should have prepared. I really should have prepared. Oh well. I guess we're not gonna trace it with the multimeter. We'll just do the really short one. If we can make that happen. Let's see here. Because I cannot use the... I have my fluke probes over here, but the fluke probes are way too big for trying to probe something like that. I just can't find my little gold probes. Oh, are the fluke probes threaded though? Because I can just swap out the tips. Nope, they're not threaded. I can't swap out the tips. Dang. Alright, yep. We'll just run the little jumper. Just do a little tiny one. Alright. Switching the cameras again. I gotta put the microscope camera back on it. Alright, plug in the power to the camera first. That way it's at least on when I plug it in. Okay, it's gonna go blank again because I gotta move the camera up. And give the light power. Oh, I didn't actually finish making the stream deck in that video. I was just talking about it. I actually have it sitting here. You can look and see where I'm at here in a minute when I finish doing this. All right, I will show the stream deck off here in just a second. It's not my design. It's somebody else's design. But yeah, that stream deck will make stuff like this a whole lot easier. Okay. All right. Is there enough light? It doesn't. I have a really crappy camera for my microscope, and yeah, that's. Let me see if I can get another light in here on it. Get you some extra light. Put the UV light on it. Let's see. Nope, that doesn't help. Trying to see if I got extra light, because I can see perfectly fine through the microscope, but the microscope camera is just not picking up enough of that light. Let's see. Does the light from my cell phone help? Not really. I'm trying to find a better light source for you guys. Oh, I know what I got. One sec. I gotta set down my headset and go grab this light. Alright, that's better, I guess. Still not great, but it'll work. So let's see here. And that's upside down. Alright. Get out of there. That was like what was left of part of the trace. Alright. So that... Oh, look, it's right there. there's the missing part of the trace. Okay, get out of there. Get the fuck out of there. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, this is not a family-friendly channel. I do cuss. Alright, so that's the one. It's just barely not making contact there. But, let's... I was gonna use the 44 gauge wire, but that's just barely not making contact. I can probably cheat and get away with one of these little legs from the LEDs like we all use for jumpers. I can probably cheat and use that because that's a whole lot easier to do. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to run a jumper all the way across, but I couldn't find... This is too big. This isn't going to work. I think I'm going to have to use the 44 gauge. All right, get out of there. Yeah, I think y'all can now see the break in it. I know it's so dark for y'all that I need to get a new microphone, then I need to get a new camera. I'm so tempted to just buy the new camera, but I really need to get a new microphone. This one's starting to, well, since it's not a lav mic, since it's a face mic, my beard is rubbing on it and making it sound like static. And so... plus, it's just a crappy microphone anyways. My voice does not sound like this. It does not sound like an airplane pilot. And, like, it's not like the fact of, you know, hearing your own voice, it always sounds different. Everybody that knows me, that's seen my channel, goes, dude, your voice does not sound the same on that microphone. I go, yeah, I know, it's a shitty gaming microphone. Alright, let's get this out. And sorry, cleaning the JBC here, and it always gets stuck in. You know, I was talking crap the other day in the group because somebody had one of those brushes for cleaning their, not the brushes, the automatic cleaner for their soldering iron, and I was like, I don't see the point of that. I don't get why you would use one of those. But this JBC has a really funny shape to the tip, and some of the tips, not all of them, but some of these tips, they get stuck in that wool, and that brush would work great on them, I think. Alright. So now I need to... doing this not under the microscope, tinning it. I'm just tinning the hair here. This stuff's like the thickness of a hair. Alright, let's see. Let's look under the microscope now, see if it's tinned. Looks like it. Okay. Alright, that's actually done. Let me flow a little extra solder onto it. Just because that's barely on there. Okay, crap, I lost connection there. Did it drop out or did it reconnect? Oh, cool, it reconnected. It didn't start a new stream this time. Sorry about that. It disconnected. I think I wasn't paying attention to the screen when it disconnected, but I think y'all did get to see from whatever you can see with that crappy camera I have. I think y'all got to see it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if y'all got to see it get connected, but it is now on there. It went way smoother than I was expecting. That was... I got lucky. That one went well. It went well. Sometimes it just can be a real pain to do. Okay, well that was a whole lot easier than I was thinking it was going to be. Let me get the microscope out of the way. We're done with the microscope. Um, Clean this off, clean some of this flux off, and this is done, because this isn't going to be a full rebuild. This was supposed to be replacing a microcontroller, but the microcontroller was good. I think we have a bridge, so I think we might have a bridge. Which is okay. It's easy to fix. Never be scared of a bridge. I thought we were done. That's all. Thought we were done. I got distracted by the stream dropping. Alright. I'm guessing by nope y'all didn't get to see it. Oh well. It's too late now. It's done. I'm not taking it off and putting it back on. But I am gonna fix that bridge. Solder bridge is super easy. Sorry the stream dropped. I need to run Ethernet out here. Yeah. Yep. Solder bridge. Cool. Fix that. Cool. Moved the solder bridge now. Just need to remove it. The solder bridge was on the one that we were working on, adding that jumper. Don't ever try to go in there with the solder wick when you add a jumper. It's not going to work. You're not going to get it off without pulling the jumper off. So use your soldering iron to pull the solder to the next couple of legs over, and then you can get it. But yeah, if you try to solder wick where you just added a jumper, you're just going to pull your jumper off. So don't bother. You just got to wick it to the next one. Cool. Yeah, no bridges, no other bridges. That was it. Cool. So this one's done. We'll test it again and see if it lets out the magic smoke, but it shouldn't because it was just working. All right. Ground and positive. Cool. Yep, everything's still working. Oh, y'all can't see it. I don't have it lined up. There you go. Everything's working on here. So this one's done. Put it into the pile of, yeah, this will be the 5th one to send it back to this guy. He already got 7 of them back, and he's getting 5 more of them back in working condition, and 2 of them I'm just not going to fix. They're just not worth fixing. So, yeah, that was it for the repair. But you brought up the Stream Deck. So, Stream Deck, I've made a little bit more progress on it, but I'm stopping until I get the rest of the parts, and then I will do a video on it. So yeah, all of what I've done is put the keys in it, because you have to take a razor and trim it just a little bit, so that way they'll fit. I think it was just because of the I don't think it was the 3D print. I think it was the cheap keys that I bought. They're just slightly out of spec, and then I put the diodes on 2 rows of them just to save time in the stream when I do I'm just gonna do a live stream of putting this thing together, but just because it's super tedious, I didn't want an hour of putting these on, so I figured I'd take half the work out of it. So yeah, I put those in there, and then I just put one of the sliders in just to make sure they fit. They fit in there so snug, I'm not going to bother 3D printing the clips because that's not falling out. I can push on it, it's not coming out. So yeah, the faders are going to go in there, but yeah, it goes like that. So that is the general build of it, and then instead of 3D printing the fader knobs, I'm just going to use the AC control knobs off of these because they will fit and not hit each other. So yeah, I just figured just reuse some of these knobs instead of 3D printing some. These might actually work in the trucks too. It's missing that center leg there. But yeah, I'd have to check from that AC controller what the legs all do, but it's these two are your voltage and signal, and then that one's ground. So it possibly could work. Um, but yeah, pretty simple. Also, I put in the nut certs on this side. I only put in two nut certs on the bottom. I'll also show putting in the nut certs in the video. Just I'll leave those two for something to do there in the video. I wanted to check to make sure they fit, so I put some of them in, and I was like, well, there's no point in having to put in four of them in the video, so I'll just leave just two left. So yeah, that all worked out. So yeah, this, and I'm waiting on the keycaps to show up in the mail. So the keycaps should get here tomorrow, and I'm just not sure when the Arduino Micro comes in. So, or sorry, Pro Micro, which is smaller than the Nano. So I can't use a Nano in this one. The Fusion 360 files are on the website. So if the Arduino Micro takes too long to get here, I may redesign this to fit a Nano, just because the Fusion 360 files are there and I know how to do it. So just save some time, because I'll show you. Let me grab a Nano from over here. Okay. Yeah, the Nano is twice the size of, well, not twice the size, but it's got about that. It's that much longer than the Micro. So it's the same processor, except for that one uses, it's the BGA version of this one. So that's how they make it smaller. And it also looks like they use a MEMS oscillator on it instead of a crystal oscillator. I've never messed with MEMS oscillators before in any of my designs, so it could just be a flat crystal oscillator. I really didn't look that close at it, but I think they were using a MEMS on it. But yeah, so I guess we still spent about an hour doing this. Um, but yeah, that's about it. It takes me about the same amount of time to replace a microcontroller as it did to get that one just soldered back down. Yeah, I thought we had a bad microcontroller, but it was just not soldered onto the board. I'm assuming it was from them abusing it with so much heat. That board had been exposed to a lot of hot air. Um, but I am still working on this CAN bus project over here with an STM32. Um, so I haven't made any progress. That's that on that. I just haven't messed with it because yeah, these guys are gonna get CAN bus. I'm gonna put CAN bus on them, which means I'm gonna put an STM32 there. Ow, and stab my fingers on these. And then I'm gonna replace this because these are the STL293s. They're like a Darlington transistor. I'm gonna replace that with a MOSFET version. Same kind of deal though. Still an H bridge, but a MOSFET H bridge instead of a transistor one. They're a little more energy efficient. So they create less heat. This one was getting a little bit warm, but they're also cheaper. So these guys are like $5 a piece. The one I'm replacing it with is about $2 a piece. I'm gonna take the 5-volt regulator off of this board, just get rid of it. So that saves like 50 cents each on them. But then using the STM32, they're like $3 a piece instead of like $1.50 a piece. So then the price goes back up. And then I have to put a transceiver, a CAN bus transceiver onto here too, so that way I can do CAN bus. And then I can drop off. I'll probably just drop the TXRX pins altogether because I didn't use them for anything, unless somebody just wants me to keep them in the design. If somebody's planning on using these to do like a what's it called? You know when you do the video games and you have the console, or yeah, it's Sim Hub. That's the one that everybody uses. Yeah, if somebody's planning on using this with like Sim Hubs, that way you can play your race car game and have like gauges on your desk. I can leave the TX and RX pins on there. But honestly, if you wanted to make a Sim Hub one, probably just you just write your script and design, and I just shoot just put a USB port on here, because all what you would need to do to put a USB port on this is put a FTDI RL232 on here, and that will give you your USB to God, I can't. Serial. There you go. USB to serial. Um, so that's that. But yeah, this, and then it'll have like actual plugs on it instead of the headers. So that's what's going on with this project. I think I mentioned that in the last live stream. Um, but yeah, gonna do some CAN bus. So I got my Cannibal out, and then I got my STM32 out. The STM32s are better than Arduinos anyways. They have more memory. So I need to do more projects with them instead of Arduinos. But it's just everybody uses Arduinos. There's tons and tons of example codes out there for Arduinos. With the STM32s, you can do them in the Arduino IDE. So pretty much everything Arduino translates to STM32 Blue Pill. So I I just I need to get more comfortable with the STM32. I think is really the thing there, because you do have to be aware with them that some of the pins are only 3.3 volt tolerant, while everything's 5 volt tolerant on your Arduino. So that's kind of, I guess that's what puts me off on it, is I don't have those pins memorized. So sometimes I get nervous when I'm trying new projects with them. Um, but that's a poor excuse. I really should just stick with more STM32 stuff. It's a better processor. They're easy to work with, and it works in Arduino IDE, which is just the IDE I know how to use. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up the video here. We were just supposed to replace a microcontroller that we didn't have to replace. We just had to solder it back down. Gosh, that's such a I don't know. That was an easy repair. I was surprised, and it's making me second guess the two that I replaced. It's making me wonder if those were good microcontrollers, and that guy just didn't have them soldered to the board. So yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me for the live stream and chatting it up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm about wrapped up with all the construction projects I've been doing around here. As I've been putting up siding and stuff on the building here. I'm about done with that, so I'll be able to get to doing more videos here in the next week or so. I still got to put up the trim, so I put up hardy board siding on my office, and now I just need to do the trim around the windows and the trim in the corners of the wall. So, and then I'll be done. So, yeah, I'm putting up the trim backwards. I know with hardy boards, you normally will put the trim up and then put the hardy board flush to it. But it's my first time doing hardy board, and I didn't want to have really crappy grooves, and I would have. There were a couple of cuts I messed up, but it's going to be hidden behind the trim, so doesn't matter. So, yeah, I mean, it's my office. I can do whatever I want to, right? I can push it over if I want to. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna end the stream here. So thanks for joining.